Alright, folks. Welcome to Street City Studio. I'm John. I hope everybody's doing alright today. Today I got a quick little video, probably. Shouldn't take too long. I got a couple new figures. Picked up some loose figures recently. I'll be pretty happy to show off some of these. Some Marvel Universe figures. Well, not all. I suppose this one's Marvel Infinite's Daredevil, right? Now, I'm a big fan of this costume and this design, but I do have some complaints, and it's probably the reason I waited so long to get them. Uh, and I'm sure it's obvious at this point. We're pretty late in the game with these figures, right? 10 years or 15 years or something now. But he has no wrist articulation, and that really bugs me. He has real limited shoulder articulation, right? He has no bicep swivel or anything. And it also kind of bugs me that this baton is permanently mounted to his forearm. I think I could also criticize how short the batons are, or at least this one not being put away on his forearm. Right, the forearm one might be the right length. But I really do love this costume. The paint job looks pretty good overall. So we don't have to spend a lot of time complaining about his wrists or anything. He's definitely a nice spot filler on the shelf. Get him in a good pose and just kind of leave him like that, right? But we'll move on pretty quick here to what I was more excited about was this 3-pack set from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I'm a big fan of this set, and especially because I needed a Spider-Man. Most of you probably don't know, but some of you might know. I had broke my classic suit Spider-Man. His hand snapped off there. Well, I was trying to pose him up for a video. Oh, maybe just over a year ago now, I guess. And so the only Spider-Man in scale I've had for a while was my MCU Tom Holland Spideys, the Andrew Garfield Spidey, and Tobey Maguire Spidey. So I was in desperate need of a good Spider-Man. Now, I will say some of the paint on this is faded out pretty good. I don't even know if you can see it. But the black on his foot is completely gone, or maybe was never there in the first place. I'm not real sure. The one I had, his paint looks a lot better. But they're also not exactly identical figures, because I had considered maybe popping the hand off and just putting it on this one. But they don't seem to be identical, even like the head sizes. Right. This one has a bigger head. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you can kind of tell. But it's a lot more obvious in person. So I'm just going to say this is fodder, right? I'm not going to be saving him anytime soon. Go on the pile. But now I have a good Spider-Man. But also, this was the show when I was little, man. I really did like this cartoon a lot when I was little. And even I'll go a step further. I really like this Iceman design. He's kind of hard to see in that lighting, isn't he? But this is right in between, kind of, for him. It was in between the snowman look, because he did when he started. He looked like a snowman. His armor was made out of snow, just kind of compacted into armor, and he would throw a lot of snowballs and stuff like that, right? Just snow, and then it kind of slowly turned into ice, right? The next step of his evolution was this white ice armor, and then it started to look more clear, right? With what he got that power belt. Once he got the power belt, he started looking more clear, and then he lost the power belt. I don't really prefer the power belt figures, and in scale, they've only made a good handful of others, but they made a couple with some silver markings on a translucent paint, and the big X on his chest or torso. And I don't like the ones with all the detail painting on them. But so for me, my favorites are just the straight clear ones, like the straight blue clear one from it's Wolverine Origins toy line. That's the one I like. Let me grab that real quick. I bet I can find it. All right, that only took a quick minute, but there's the one I was talking about with the X crossing his torso there, and the gloves and boots painted on. And I always liked this color, and now that I'm seeing him on screen, it looks like he's yellowing a bit. That's weird. That's alright. I keep them in these blue bins under the table, so they're not really in any kind of sunlight. Never noticed that last time I looked at him. Some of these I got from my brother, though, too. I might not have even looked at them too much. I might have just got them and stuck them in the bin, because he's not my favorite Iceman, that's for sure. But that's the one I prefer. But so, as a runner-up, this is definitely a nice runner-up. The second favorite, I suppose, right? And so, like I said, I got my favorite Iceman. I've got a couple extras, but now I've got this one, and I definitely didn't have him, right? That classic animated style. Before the X-Men cartoon, right? Before they even... Well, I suppose I'd have to look it up. I don't know if it was before that Pride of the X-Men or whatever. But I know even the art style and everything, it just seemed a little bit before the time of that X-Men show. Trying to think if there's much else to say. I'm just real happy to have the 3-pack, like I said. Firestar isn't, the best character as far as characters go. She was kind of just a filler for Human Torch, because they couldn't use Human Torch, so they made up a character with Human Torch powers. But as far as made up on the spot kind of filler gap characters go, she's not bad, and the figure looks good, the paint looks good. They could use some accessories or something, maybe a fireball or snowballs or an ice sled or an ice beam or something, right? Some webbing, but I can usually take care of that myself. I got webbing and stuff. I'm looking around like I should have webbing right here at hand, but I'm not seeing any right now. That's okay. I don't want to pause it and dig around for some more right now. I could, but like I said, I'm going to keep this a short video. I don't want to make it too long and drag it out. I was just kind of happy to get some more 3 3/4 figures I didn't have. I'll probably have another video coming up soon with some non-Marvel figures that I also grabbed. Yeah, he doesn't stand very good. You really gotta. He's got ankle articulation and double knee joints. There it goes. But they're the kind that really pop into place, so it doesn't want to hold anywhere in between. And I'm never a big fan of that clicking articulation. But it is what it is. He looks good enough to hold a spot, and that's what it is. Alright? But we'll probably wrap it up right there, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. I'll try and get that other video up quick, maybe tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. But keep playing with them toys, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.